Welcome to another Baka commentary video. In this video, we'll be on the topic of why the tech industry has stagnated, and I'll use some of my experience that work dealing with these some of the culprits, and hopefully that explains why, so you can get into the understand the mindset of the people that have caused this technical absolute stagnation in this technical industry. First off, as you are aware, why the stagnant tech industry has stagnated. A lot of them, again, a lot of the one of normie private investment firm where bunch of a lot of the venture capitalists and their client of multi-millionaires and billionaires, they bundle up their money and wait a lot of their investment and together to so that have similar, goal of making money no matter the cost a lot, and they have went in with this current AI bubble hype train. They just went into a lot of the tech company and just went, okay, you have AI tech. Okay, we give you these billions of dollars, keep billions of dollars. Now make us back more money. Make us back the money. Or if you're going to bankrupt, or if you're not going to make us, we are going to make sure we end up salvaging our money back. These these guys, they said, they do not really care about anything else but getting their money return, good investment, because why? Their millionaire, billionaire clients require this is what all they're paid to do. Because if these firms do not make it, which quite good amount of them don't make these 2x their good return. A lot of time, these guys, they are basically held at gunpoint, be like, you have to do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, and they are expecting a market where basically indefinite growth. They don't care how you grow it, but you have to grow it. A lot of times, a lot of companies, when they do get these, they like to have when the company get these private investment firms and have these really, really tight deadlines, they try and be as safe as possible. Or some of them, they are really, really out there and trying to get it. So it sees the expectation to hopefully get more investment. A lot of time, most companies, they don't really push the innovation. They just go, okay, we will do the most safest route, which again, in the tech sector, unfortunately, a lot of them have went the safe route and did not dare to really, really push the limits of, this tech AI bubble boom. And basically, again, for Nvidia end, that means for the low, mid end, that not the greatest margin stuff, even for some of the workstation stuff, they have not really innovated a lot. As because why? That market segment has seemed to cool off for the AI hype train, and only the very top RTX 4090 seemed like the very, very top AI stuff that is like 2,000 to God knows has like $10,000 for those AI accelerator cards. And as a result, as you probably have would have seen from the RTX 40 series, that 4060 and 4060 Ti stuff, and for even some of the AMD's low-end RX 650 XTs, they are now cutting cost and production. This is also why you have, some desktop GPUs only having maximum of 8 and PCIe lane as a lot of time. These desktop graphics card, all they're doing is they took a laptop die and basically just slapped it onto desktop and be like, well, it's now both a laptop and a GPU and a desktop graphics card. If the desktop didn't sell like the 40 series, guess what? Just gonna sell that to laptop, which again has better margin. And then you're wondering why these X8 and X4. You're wondering on laptop. They only have 16 PCIe lanes. 8, if all 16 of that is taken up by just the GPU, they are not going to have any of these fast NVMe drives. They will have to go back to the good old SATA drives. As a result, they just take out two. A lot of laptops, they have one or two PCIe slot. Guess what? Those PCIe slot came from. They had to cut them out of the CPU, so just those things they became cut into X8, or some laptop CPUs only have X8 for the CPU and have dedicated two other X4 lanes for NVMe drives. As this also, X8 and X4, these things are great for, saving cost and money. And since, laptops have to be compact, those silicon dies, have to be small. Again, on desktop, doesn't care. Does it really need to be that compact? Not really. As recently we've been aware of, like, basically graphics card going 4 slot for absolute no reason. But they basically have done that basically for margin, where it's like, okay, we have these laptop dies that work primarily laptop first, and then desktop margin is not our best margin. Well, we just sell the if the we sell some to desktop, I guess. And yes, you bet those bloody private corporate investment firms love it when they were told, hey, we have found new ways to make more money for you, and the consumer doesn't seem to care. You bet those corporate investors like, yes, we are our profit margin. This Nvidia, AMD, Intel is helping us make more money. And now onto the second part of, well, the culprit, which is the public firm. These guys, they're not as the bigger POM that is causing these POM as well. A lot of the public firms, these tend to be unable to buy any major controlling share, and a lot of time, in order for them to do anything, they have to have multiple individuals in the public firm sector coming together and go, okay, you own 1%, 10%, combine together and hopefully get to at least like 51% to overrule the private investment firm. And hopefully the CEO is like, or the other private investment firms spent like other like 49% isn't like some special deal where even though they're minority, they still hold power. Sometimes it's weird like that, but a lot of time that is the situation where even if the public owns like 51% and it's overpowers them, sometimes they have the ruling is still with a private investment firm because those guys, they're more important and they're, you know, also this is where, your regular everyday Joe and a lot of even those typical traders that were like saying, hey, if you give us money, we'll help you invest. This is where a lot of these public firms are doing. They tend to be trading here. If you are like middle working class and even on the high bougie, well-paying job, you are never going to get into the private sector, as I explained in the, you have to know people, you have to have millions of dollars and projects, or need to have a bunch of really well-paid people combine their work together to even get a hopeful chance of into these private firms. But 99% of people, yes, you are going to be in the public firm sector. Again, the only time I really consider the public firm really gonna have any sway is when government has comes in and be like, hey, yeah, I know these guys are minority, but we as government sometimes will, especially in tech sector, like we own this certain segment. Okay, we are over. We now voting with the public sector, or we have our own interest, and we will overpower all you fucking private firm and the public firm, and we want you to do what we government want you tech companies to do. You're wondering, and that's is it for me. These are the two, corporate culprit of why the tech industry has stagnated, and the private equity firm, investment firm, and the public equity firm, the less of the two evil. You're wondering, how the heck am I aware of it? Well, I have, believe it or not, I have experience both in the private investment firm and in the public investment firm. Some, what do I think? Private investment firm, yeah, that's where majority of the money is going to be made. But at the same time, that is the really the a lot of political stuff, a lot of bullshittery. That's why I kind of quit the fucking sector, and a lot of people backstabbing each other. And yeah, and as for the public firm, again, it was a lot of the either the return was bad or the return was good, but it was not worth the stress that I was taking to make that extra few $1,000 at best, and that's it. It's not really worth it, and yeah. Anyway, that brings the end to another Baka commentary video. If you like the content, just do the like, share, subscribe on the platform that you're viewing this on. And I'll see you guys in the next video.